Oh, this is more difficult than I thought. Just come ashore. Oh, that is a seaworthy vessel. Louis V necklace. Real funky. Oh, there's a deer in this. Oh, yeah! Supreme address. Compared to your fight. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. As you can see behind you, we have a whole pond that has never been seen before on this channel, and I'm gonna use it today in this video. In this circumstance, our very seaworthy vessel that we have hiding down there behind the weeds, we've had an engineering casualty. We have lost the only shipboard engine. We have lost the ship's diesel generator. We don't have a paddle. The only thing we have access to is the ship's armory. So today, we're gonna do something that has been done before, but I've never seen it been done with a level of measurement or accuracy. We have a handful of weapons to test out today. I really busted out a whole lot of the guns in my arsenal just for this video, and we have some special things and some new things that you guys haven't seen before that I can't wait to bust out and try with this. The very first thing we are trying out is 22. So we have some rules. This is a Remington Model 597. I don't think they even make these anymore. I bought this on Tax Swap, and they come with 8-round mags. There's not a whole lot of mag capacity. So to be fair, we're going to limit every gun to a 20-round capacity. So for this one in particular, we're gonna do 8 and then a mag load and 8 again. So that's gonna get us kind of close, but everything else is going to be 20 rounds. To get a level of accuracy, I have some twine on a stick, and we're going to do some very accurate science where I put that in the ground and we tape one end to it and we see how long, essentially that's gonna be our distance gauge. We're gonna see how long that string gets with each round, and then we'll have a visual tell to see what caliber is most effective. My wife said that. I didn't say that. She's better with words than I am. I'm not a well-spoken individual. So first up on the block, like I said, is 22. Let's get into it. So I lied. I only packed one 10-round mag for this 22. We all know 22 is not gonna be the most effective round, but out of principle, I feel like we have to do it. So this is your 22 round. That is your 22 round, very small round. This does not deliver a whole lot of energy transfer, so we're not gonna get a whole lot of movement out of this, I think. So let us go set up and put our little thing in the thing. You know what I'm saying? In the mud. That stuff. You like my little Slav squat that I'm doing? Huh? What'd you say? Looks like I'm shitting. You think I'd be better at tying knots, given that I was in the Navy? This is called a square knot. I am in a free float right now. I am completely floating. I'm not moving any, which is a good sign. Oh, I need to set up my camera. All right, let's try to get squared off with the shore a little bit. Test 1, 22. Safe, and here we go. We're moving a little bit, and we're done. Woo, 22, that was exciting. Wrap it up, right? We can end it there. That was about as expected. So we got about that much total distance with the 22, and that's being generous. That's being there's probably about 8 inches on this that we're just slacking the line. The string is also adding tension to the kayak, so it's not completely you know, floating in like a zero friction environment, but it's about as close as we're gonna get today. So what I'm gonna do is, as we go, I'm gonna tie the string to the trigger guard so you can get an idea of how far, and then I will add them to the truck of shame. Actually, I'll put them over here. Next on the docket 9mm out of a handgun. This is a Kayak TP9. This is their Elite Combat version. It has a saline arms barrel on there. Pretty nice. This was my first handgun that I ever bought. So there's a special place in my heart with this gun. I figured this is kind of one of the shorter barrel handguns that I own that's not ported and not comp. This is just, you know, pretty stock as it comes. So I figured all the gas is coming out of the front of the barrel. This will give us the most propulsion out of everything that I have. So let's go ahead and get this thing loaded up and get in the Kayak. For this one, we're just shooting 115 grain. This is Federal? No, this is Fiocchi. This is Fiocchi, 115 grain Fiocchi. So this one I got, I think there's 15, 16 rounds in here. There is I think this is a 2-round. This is a +3, so this will be a 17-round mag. And then from everything after this, this will be 20 rounds in each mag. Yeah. If you guys can tell, it is not the nicest of days out, and it could thunderstorm over our head at any point. We're gonna try to get through this before it rains. We might get wet in this video, whether it be by me falling into the pond or whether it be me getting rained on. Is this gonna be gross? It's just mud. Yeah, that's unpleasant. Woo. That is an unpleasant feeling on the tootsies. We are in free float. 9mm. You got your ears on? Here we go. All right, we're gonna go until we stop, until we're completely done. That got a lot further than I thought we would get on that one. All right, the line is slacking. I think I'm being caught by the wind. It's not too terribly windy. I'm gonna say there. What do you think? About there? All righty, let's row our asses back in. That got us. I'm gonna be jet skiing across this lake at this rate. And we'll take about 8 inches off of there to make up for the loss. We'll eyeball it. That's Midwest accuracy. Look at that. That's some distance. That is some serious distance. That's way further than I expected to go with the 9. Holy smokes. All right, let's get that tied off. Put that right there. Look at the difference. So here's our 22. Just between our first 2 calibers, here's our 22. And then here is our 9. That is some serious distance. Next up, you know we had to try it. The super safe AP5. I figured if a semi-auto 9mm could do that, which that's way more than I thought it was, I wonder what a super safe can do. So we're gonna load 20 into this thing and we're gonna send a full burst in super safe mode at the berm and see how far we go. You guys like the drip, by the way? I couldn't find my Dixie cup. When I got out, I packed up all of my uniforms and I searched everywhere in my house. Could not find any of my covers. Could not find my Dixie cup. Could not find my Garrison caps. I did end up finding a Garrison cap in the center console of my truck that I didn't know was there. You know, we're on the water. Gotta sport the sailor drip. It's real. Yeah, real fucking Supreme dress white jumper. Oh yeah, you see this? That's a fucking Versace. That's a Versace cape. Louis V neckerchief. These are what's another popular brand? This is Gucky trunks. Yeah, y'all wish you could have this drip. And then the Burfy. Don't show them that for free. All right, super safe AP5. I got the new Tiger Claw and Kung Fu grip on here. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Woo! And we're still going, it's still going. How's it look? Am I further away? About the same? We're still moving. And I'd say that's good right there. Our line is slacked out. I don't think I got any further. I think it's about the same. What do you think? Do I look further out? She couldn't hear me because she got her ears on. What do you think, further or less far? I think less far. I think I got very slightly further. Let's find out. Basically what we're gonna do is after each one, you'll get a rough see visually of the length, but we're not gonna do the comparisons until the end. And here is the length of the AP5 with a super safety. Is that further or shorter? What do you think? I feel like it's pretty comparable. It's gonna be close. We'll find out at the end. Comment down below which one you think is further. Reveal at the end. I'll reveal my ass at the end of this video on camera for all to see. Next up on the docket, 300 Blackout out of a SIG MCX Rattler. This is probably one of my favorite guns. This is my bump in the night gun, or my home defense. Amazing little gun. I think this is going to perform the second worst, and I'll explain why. The AP5 had no muzzle brake on it. The 9mm had no brakes, comps, ports. The 22 had no brakes, comps, ports. So they had all of that gases coming directly out of the barrel straight in front of me. This has a suppressor on it. And what a suppressor does is it has a bunch of teeny baffles in there and it's gonna capture a lot of that gas that's leaving. So I think not only is this going to perform arguably the worst, I think it's gonna propel us, well, the least. But that being said, this is still an amazing little gun. So this is chambered in 300 Blackout. So to give a little comparison to what we've been shooting thus far, this was our 22 long rifle. This was our 9mm. This is a 300 Blackout, significantly bigger than the 9mm, way more powder load, larger projectile. These are actually subsonics. So these are 220 grain projectile coming out under the speed of sound. So far, our other rounds have been supersonic, so that projectile is moving faster. This will be a slower moving, larger projectile, which is also the gases that are escaping are being caught by the can. So I think this is gonna do pretty poorly. So let's get 20 counted up and send it. 300 Blackout subsonics out of the SIG MCX Rattler. In 3, I don't have my EOTech on. In 3, 2, 1. Don't want to put that on my lap. That's going to be hot. Well, it's performing better than I thought it would. Am I almost done? Am I stopped? Say it stopped. I think it would perform way better if I didn't have the suppressor on there, for sure. Let's go check it out. Oh, I should have done this to start. That one paddle bullshit. Look how much faster. I'm going to ramp up there. Yeah! Land ho! This is a lose your guns in the water speed run. Okay. Let's see the results. We're going, we're still going. I don't know. That's way further than I expected. That's I think that beat out my expectations for sure. I don't know if that's further than the AP5 though. Next up, just your standard 5.56 AR. Comparing that to our other rounds. So looking back over here, this is our 22 that we shot, our 9. That was our 300 Blackout, and that is comparing that to our 5.56. So comparing that to your 300 Blackout, you have very similar casing size, but the round is a whole lot smaller. These things are going supersonic. They're going very, very fast, but it's a very small projectile. A lot of powder in these things. I'm curious to see how these will perform paired up against the 300 Blackout. I was confident the 300 Blackout was gonna suck. So now I'm kind of second guessing myself on the 5.56. That being said, I got a big fat muzzle brake on this thing, and I think that's going to hinder this thing's performance substantially. Now, this is already pretty tight on there. I got that Loctited on there. I don't feel like re-Loctiting that tonight, so I'm just gonna keep this as is. Nothing special about this AR. It is your standard semi-automatic AR. Got a cool little Kung Fu grip on there. Or no, this is the MKM. I took it off of my AP5 from the last video, threw it on this thing. Really nothing too fancy about this. So we're gonna see how this goes. Same rules as the other, 20 rounds of 5.56. Let's go get it loaded up and see how it performs. 5.56 out of the AR. Put my other ear on. Oh, hold on. I lost my position. The wind's picking up just a smidgems. All right, I'm liking that. I'm liking where we're at. We're gonna go ahead and send it before we move too much. That was concussive. Holy smokes, I bet the camera was rattling around a little bit. Yep, I'm not moving anymore. Yeah, so with the brake, your recoil goes, your gases go outwards instead of straight out in front of you. It's a recoil mitigation thing, but it works both ways. So I don't think this is winning any games. I think that arguably did worse than the AP5, but let's go ahead and row in. You know, at the end of the day, it's going pretty well. I haven't put a hole in this kayak. I haven't shot my phone, haven't shot the spool, haven't shot myself, haven't shot my wife or my truck, haven't fallen in the water, haven't lost any guns. So, you know, I'd say this is going pretty good. Come out of the bushes like a Viet Cong. That was kind of underwhelming. It was the loudest though. Let's go ahead and grade our work. I can feel how many gnats there are. They're all over my face. All right, here we go. On and on we go. When it ends, nobody knows. Well, I don't know if it beat 300 Blackout. It definitely beat the pistol calibers, I think. I'm thinking this will be, my wife, camera woman Rachel, she thinks it's gonna be third. I think this will be fourth. I think it'll go 22, then pistol, then AP5, then this, and then 300 Blackout. I think 300 Blackout's is our leader right now, which that is something I did not expect. So I have something else very special. This is something that the channel has seen once in a YouTube short, but it has not been seen again since, I think. No, I think it was in one other video. This is my Daniel DeForest DDM for Victor 7. I have done all sorts of fun upgrades to this thing. I got rid of the old Daniel Defense stock. I liked him at first, but I feel like it was like someone who had never eaten meat before, and then they have a steak for the first time when you replace that stock. And I can't believe I enjoyed that piece of shit. This is just a Magpul Sop Mod stock, or an STR stock. It's great. I love this stock. I'm gonna get one for my other AR because those things suck. I'm probably gonna blow up the others with tannerite or something. This feels really, really good. This is a hand stop that I 3D printed. Works amazingly. I got a Magpul bad lever in there. This is a Difrico Kung Fu grip. And if you notice, I put a little fun button on this thing. Hoffman Tactical Super Safety, ladies and gentlemen. Never before tested. I don't know if this is gonna work. So we'll see, test it for the first time. Now I'd be curious, this also has a muzzle brake. This is a Sig Sauer suppressor host. On my 300 Blackout is a Sig Sauer suppressor. Do you think I should suppress this, or should I do 2 tests with this or 1? I'm gonna go no suppressor. And then if I'm unsatisfied with no suppressor, oh, there's a deer in the field. Can you see it? All the way out there. Can you see it? Beautiful nature. Okay, give me 1 sec. Give me 1 sec. But yeah, I think I'm gonna run this one once. If I'm unsatisfied with the result, we'll throw a suppressor on it and do it again. I hope the super safety works. Let's do this. Test the super safety. Yeah, we can test the super safety first. Bad lever. Boop. People don't like these. I do. I think they're pretty neat. So we're gonna try semi first. Oh, that one. All right, semi seems to function. Let's try super safe. I'd say that works pretty goddamn good. Oh, that's badass. All right, let's load this thing up. 5.56 Daniel Defense with the super safety. In 3, 2, 1. Oh, we're off. Camera's on the fritz. Hopefully that caught. We're still moving. We're still unwinding that twine. And I think that's it. Let's go see the results. That AR, that's a winner. Spicy gun. It's got a spicy trigger on it. Let's see the results. There is our distance with the super safe AR. I thought this was gonna be heads and shoulders, just miles above everybody, but I was wrong. I was wrong. I would say that's comparable to, well, I'd say it's a little bit more than the other AR, but comparable. Last, but certainly not least on the docket today, the AK. This is a Century Arms Wasser 10. This is chambered in 7.62 by 39. It's got all my sweet Midwest Industries furniture on it. It is not super safe or FRT'd or anything like that. This is just your standard run-of-the-mill semi-auto, but got a special place in my heart. So comparing your 5.56 to every other round, this is 7.62 by 39. That is quite a chunkier round compared to your 5.56. Wider case, bigger projectile, a lot of more recoil. If you compare it to 300 Blackout, the projectiles are the same size, but it's got a bigger powder load than 300 Blackout. So if at this point we're thinking 300 Blackout is the winner, I'm thinking 7.62 is going to beat 300 Blackout. I think it's gonna top everything. Yeah, wash them toes off. Try to sit down very carefully. Just try to keep this straight. All right, 7.62 by 39 out of the AK. In 3, 2, 1. Oh, we're cruising. Oh boy. I don't want to disturb it quite yet as I'm still moving. I think we have a clear-cut winner. Absolutely. AK is for sure the winner. And we're done moving. That's all she wrote, folks. Let's go ahead and get on in there and get the final counts. You guys like this dong I printed for my AK? I figured an AK is not an AK without a dong. I feel modern AK, modern dong. It really fits the aesthetic. But let's go see how long that thread is. Let's get my ears off. Let's start from the first ones we did, and then now we'll go around. So this is right now, this is your chance. Cast your votes in the comments below. Which one is second place? Because we know which one's the first place. Obviously the AK is the furthest, but we're gonna go ahead and stretch these out. This is our 22. You can get in here and just 22. Little baby pathetic. This is our 9mm. Let's go ahead and drag this one out. Try not to knot the thread. And there. 9mm. We'll put a stop right there. Next was our super safe AP5, also in 9mm. So we're probably 6 feet further, 5 feet further than our 9mm. So there's the end of our 9. All the way over here is the end of our AP5. Next up, we tested our 300 Blackout. So 300 Blackout, I think, was the underdog, and I think might take this whole thing home. Second place, at least. I felt this one, well, hold on. It beats the AP5 by a hair, by about a foot, maybe 2. So there's our super safe AP5. Here's our 300 Blackout. Even with a suppressor, beat out the super safe AP5. Did not see that one coming. Next up, we tested 5.56 out of a standard pattern AR. Big fat muzzle brake. I don't think it did that one any favors. You think this one beat out the 300 Blackout? I think you are correct. I think this one beat out the 300 Blackout by, oh my gosh, look at that. 300 Blackout beat it. Just barely. 300 Blackout beat it by a matter of inches. It's almost a tie. Yeah. Almost a tie. But 300 Blackout did beat it. Next up was our super safe BDM4 Daniel Defense. And we're going. And we're going. And we're going. And we got a knot. And we're gone. Oh, it's unprecedented. The semi-auto beat out the super safety. So we got semi-auto in second place. That is super surprising, actually. I think, so here's the thing, right? With semi-auto, I think being in semi-auto is an advantage in some ways, because you get a shot, you move back a little bit, and then you do a follow-up shot. Whereas the super safe, it dumps it all at once, and then you're hoping that it's enough buildup in momentum to keep you pushing. So I think the semi-autos actually beat out in pushability, force, and last but not least, the clear winner, the Wasser 10, chambered in 7.62 by 39. We continue onward, and continue onward, and continue onward, and continue onward to our clear winner by miles, the Wasser 10. So what did we learn today, ladies and gents? We learned that when you have a problem, your engines run out, you lose a paddle, the Russians have us beat. The Russian Navy is going to get to shore faster than the US Navy. That's what it is. Maybe some 308. I don't have a 308. 308 may have done better. 50 cal, maybe, but we don't have those. So that's unscientific. We have what we know. Thank you guys for watching. This was a super fun video to shoot. Check me out on Instagram, check me out on Twitter, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you guys can be alerted when my next video comes out, so we can continue to do fun things like this. I am looking for channel sponsors. If you are interested in sponsoring the channel, please send me a message on Instagram and I will get back to you. But thank you guys for watching. My name is Spencer. You're watching Cornfield Commando, and I'll see you guys next time.